Hey, and welcome to this video about the newest killers to Dead by Daylight called the Twins. They are a single killer, but they work in a pair. It's very interesting to go up against them. We pretty much played on the PTB all day and got to experiment a lot with this new killer. For those of you who don't know what we do here on the channel, every killer that we go up against, we try to go up against them completely 100% blind, as in we don't look up any of their perks, we don't look up anything about them, we don't know anything about them or their ability as much as possible. We've done that for pretty much every single one of the killers we've faced that has been released while we've played the game. But the only exception, of course, being Pyramid Head, because of how hyped up he was being, and I just wanted to know more about him personally. So that was one of the few exceptions. But for pretty much all the other killers, you know, Deathslinger, you know, this killer, Blight as well, we go into it completely blind, no idea what they are, who they are, or what their ability is. It just makes it a lot more fun. And then you can also kind of ask questions like, well, how does this work? Will this work? Will this work at all? Will this not work? So it's kind of fun to play around with. Some of the stuff, yeah, they do describe to you and explain it in their descriptions, but sometimes there are things that they don't talk about, and which we found out today in the PTB. So I want to impart that knowledge to you guys out there that maybe you haven't gotten a chance to try out all the new, different stuff that you could try with this killer. And of course, this is all PTB stuff. This is possible it's going to change. You know, there are some glitches we noticed as well, which I'll also talk about in this video. But yeah, for the most part, this killer is pretty fun. I really like it. And going against them blind really did help. And then we also did a little kill your friends as well to kind of figure out a few more questions that we had. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Down below there is different like segments if you guys have questions or you want to get to a specific part. So check that out as well. And thanks for checking out the video. If you like it, if it's useful to you, please remember to leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want more DBD content. I would appreciate that greatly, and maybe come hang out with us over on Twitch. Yeah, maybe, maybe. The donk, it calls to you. Anyway, let's get into the video now, shall we? To start, let's look at their background. Now, the backstory is really long. I recommend you take some time and maybe read this on your own. I will not be doing it, but basically, what I would recommend you to look at is obviously the perks. The perks are pretty good. We've got Hoarder, which is you receive a loud notification when a survivor interacts with the chest or when they pick up an item, which counteracts the survivor's perks from my understanding as well. Then you also have the Oppression, which is when you damage a generator, up to 3 other random generators also begin regressing. And you also get a very difficult skill check. This happened to me in one of the matches, actually twice I believe, or a couple times. This is a very interesting perk. It happens almost instantly when you're on the gen, and it can catch you off guard if you're not careful, as you can see from watching one of my friends dealing with it as well. It definitely is a very unique perk, and I would recommend looking into it a little more. This one, I didn't feel like it was too useful unless the survivors are clearly running like, you know, chest looting builds. Like when you know that's gonna happen, then maybe Hoarder might be useful. And having the 2 chests as well as an incentive is kind of cool as well. But I don't know. Then Coup de Grace. Oh my gosh, everyone was talking about this one. I think this is a very interesting perk. When I first read about this perk, I immediately thought, man, wouldn't this be fucking good with Myers? Imagine a tier 3 Myers with a fucking lunge that's 60% bigger. Oh, what a crazy perk. So that's why I was like, so Coup de Grace might be a very, very good option for certain killers with a larger lunge. I would say someone like Myers or even Freddy might do really well with coup de grace. So these two perks are pretty strong, and that's pretty surprising considering we're always wondering like, okay, like what else could they possibly do with these perks, right? Like they do pretty well. Something to keep in mind, she is pretty much normal as far as speed goes. 4.6 is pretty average for a killer. Victor, her counterpart, this little gremlin as we like to call him, he does not, he's much faster than 4.6. He's very fast. Her terror radius is normal, 32 meters, and yes, she's very, very tall. Victor, on the other hand, is small, and he does not have a terror radius. He's very small, no terror radius. When you run around as Victor, you have no terror radius, period. Not even her, Charlotte, I think her name is. Yeah, Charlotte, she doesn't even have a terror radius when you're running around as Victor. When Victor's out and running around, there is no terror radius, period. So things like borrowed time does not work. That's something I want to get into a little later in this video perhaps, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Here is the blood bond power. Basically what you need to know is that you have the twins and their ability is as such. You have Charlotte, who is the main killer. She's the one lumbering around as the killer. She's the one that will be able to hook the survivor and down them and hook them and all that stuff and break the pallets and stuff of that nature. She has a counterpart called Victor. Victor is the little gremlin that pops out of her body and runs around and goes and does crazy damage stuff. So as you can see, Victor has a lunge ability. He can basically ready an attack and lunge at people and go at a distance, kind of like a Demogorgon lunge. It goes a bit of a way. He has a bit of a cooldown after he lands, where he kind of does a little bit of a tantrum. He can kind of slide around a little bit, but he's substantially vulnerable in that time period. And as a survivor, you can actually go up to him and kick him. You can give him a good old swift kick in the ass, and you will no longer have any more gremlin problems ever again. So that's kind of nice, but that's basically what you have to do regarding Victor. You actually have to do that, and when you do that, when you destroy Victor in any way that you destroy Victor, automatically the killer will go back to playing as Charlotte, and Charlotte will have a cooldown of a couple seconds before they can call on another form of Victor, another gremlin Victor, to go and do their bidding. So it's very interesting mechanic, but basically Victor can go and attack people and run around with this lunge, and when they attack somebody who's healthy, Victor will jump on that person and just like attack them and keep them busy. And when they're on someone doing that, the view will automatically for the killer go back to being Charlotte, and so then they have to go back as playing as Charlotte and get whatever it is they need to get done, while Victor is still harassing whatever survivor is dealing with them. That survivor has to manage to take Victor off. The problem with that is that to fully remove Victor from your shoulders, your character does have to stop for a couple seconds to take Victor off. So I don't recommend doing this in the middle of chase like I did right here. Probably not the best strategy. I didn't quite think about it, but it's something that you have to kind of learn, and I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again, but yeah. I'm going to treat it more like a mend timer. I believe that's how that can work. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it saves the progress kind of like mending does, and so you can probably do it and choose when to pull Victor off of you. Also keep in mind in regards to Victor's lunge, Victor can lunge through windows and he can lunge over pallets. So do keep that in mind. Now, a lot of people have said, like, well, can't you just keep Victor on you? Do you have to remove Victor from you, or can you just keep Victor on you? We tested this actually on Kill Your Friends with a bunch of us, just kind of trying to figure it out. You can technically keep Victor on your shoulders if you so desire, but the problem is you won't be able to do anything. You cannot interact with lockers, you cannot interact with chests, you can't interact with generators, you can't escape through exit gates. However, you can escape through hatch. Apparently, I didn't have that happen to me, but I was told that that is what can happen. And also, a little fun fact, if you go near another survivor and you have Victor on you, you do get the heartbeat of the other survivor transmitted to the killer. So if you have Victor and you go to Survivor A, and Survivor A is just standing there maybe working on Jen, you run up to them, the killer can see the heartbeat of Survivor A while you run past. They get like almost like a Legion heartbeat. It's very interesting. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So it's like it has some strategy to deprive the killer of their power to do it. Like, that makes sense in some instances, but also you just basically make it so that it's one less player is available to help do anything. Like, I don't even think you'd be able to unhook. We didn't test that, but I don't need, by theory, based on the theory, that's kind of where we're at with that. So you can still drop pallets, you can still go through windows with Victor on your shoulders. Be mindful of dropping pallets with Victor, because that is one of the glitches we did find, was when you threw a pallet with Victor on you, it does make Victor kind of go a little all over the screen, and it makes it a huge problem. As you can see, it is horrible. Hopefully this is something they fix, but this is definitely some issue from the PTB. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Going back to the whole issue of Victor being destroyed. Victor can be destroyed in a number of ways. Very surprising. Head-on will work against Victor, and so will pallet stuns. You can blind Victor, so if you have a flashlight, you can blind Victor. So you just have to aim for the head, aim for the eyes, just like usual. And as soon as Victor is destroyed, it goes back to Charlotte, and Charlotte gets a couple seconds to regain herself before she can move again, and a couple more seconds after that before she can summon Victor once again. Victor can pounce on healthy survivors and run around on top of them like we were describing. But if you are injured and Victor jumps on you, then you get downed. Now, a counter to this that we found today was that if you jump into a locker, well, Victor doesn't become very useful, because Victor can't open lockers at that point. That is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about playing the twins, that Victor will not be able to do anything should the survivor jump into the locker. You would have to switch back to Charlotte. Now, keep in mind that if Victor does pounce on you, you will be oblivious and you will be broken. So oblivious meaning that you will not be able to hear the killer's terror radius. So just be aware that if you can't hear the terror radius, doesn't mean that the killer is not on their way to come and get you. So just be aware of that, and then also be aware that you're going to be in broken status, so you can't be healed. You can't be healed until you remove Victor from your shoulders. So just keep that in mind as well. And then once you remove Victor from your shoulders, then your teammate can come and heal you, but not a minute sooner. It wouldn't be a test build if there weren't some glitches, am I right? So, of course, we did run into a few glitches. I mentioned one a little earlier, which was the pallet stunning glitch, where if you had Victor on your shoulders and you threw a pallet, Victor would just literally go flying off of your shoulders. They would still be technically on your shoulders, but for some reason You wouldn't be able to see them on your shoulders. They would be off, kind of offset from where you are. And also, you wouldn't be able to remove Victor from your shoulders anymore after that, which is a big, big issue. Wait! Wait! Wait, what is happening? Wait, what? Oh! Oh! Oh my god! You yeeted a pallet? Oh wait, you threw down a pallet, you yeeted Victor out of nowhere. Oh, you were in shock? Dude, stop. Alright, behavior. Throwing pallets. Victor and pallets do not mix. Oh my god, wait, you're in here? Oh my... So, that's a thing, but hopefully they fix that as well. Another issue was that Victor shouldn't be able to do this, but was able to do this. But they were able to hit 2 people instead of a single person while we were all running away. So while we were exiting, for example, this is what happened. I was running, and then suddenly, wham! I thought I was taking the hit, but instead, both me and the other survivor that I was trying to take a hit for ended up taking hits. I got injured, they got downed, and I had to leave. And that was really unfortunate, but apparently that was a straight up glitch. So we reported that. Hopefully behavior will take that into consideration and do something regarding that, but we'll see, won't we? And the final glitch that I can personally think of was whenever we got Victor on us. For some reason, the initial latch would also make it so that our characters would be launched into the air by a couple feet. I don't know why this was the case, but it was just constant. I would look over and whoever it was that had Victor on them, sometimes they would just go straight up into the air. So, I don't know why that was a thing, but those are the main glitches that we came across today. Alright, y'all, that'll be about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Playing against them was very interesting. I love their mind game ability. It's a very unique play style, very unique set. I don't know though. I'm really glad that they were able to come up with something so unique as this. I'm really happy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We tried to find different things that we could figure out regarding this killer, what worked, what didn't. And of course, who knows, a lot of this might change when the PTB is over and done and they release these killer to the main game. It should be interesting. We'll see what they do with it. I know a lot of people are providing their feedback right now, and I don't really feel comfortable in saying anything like too serious as far as like the meta on this character, but I enjoyed this killer. This killer was a lot of fun to play against. It has a lot of potential, but I like it. I like the twins. Creepy, disgusting. I love it. Give me more of this behavior. I like it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Maybe drop me a comment. Let me know. Appreciate you guys very much. And remember, you are awesome and capable of more than you even realize. Love you guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye.